Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. So, it's been a bit absent for the last couple of weeks and I want to explain how the schedule is going to work from here on out. I think what we're going to do is after this episode we're going to do it on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and we're going to have 3 episodes a week and they're all going to be a little bit longer. It just works out a little bit better for recording for me to do this, and hopefully that'll mean that there's slightly longer episodes but slightly more spread out, and that should be a little bit easier to watch, I think. Anyway, last time we kind of made it here to Defiance Bay, and we now need to go and talk to all of our companions who want to talk to us. Although there aren't that many, so I think what we're probably going to do is we're probably just going to talk to our new companion. Because actually I don't think any of the other ones want to speak to us right now. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk to Sagini. What's on your mind? So what do I know? How about let's just start with her homeland. Nastique. She rubs her nose with one broad finger. It's a big island in the middle of the Dreadfire archipelago, just off the coast of the White that Wens tundra, mostly with a few snow-covered forests in the warmer parts. Most of us live in fairly small villages, by standards here anyway. Mine is Masuk. What's Nastic like? She shrugs. Cold, but not as cold as the White that Wens. The few kith that visit Nastic find it sparse, but there's plenty to sustain a village if you know where to look. She takes the items off her calloused fingers. We got hides and meat from caribou, seals and small whales, bone too, which can make fine bows and arrowhead. Community is important to us. We survive or perish together, so everything we do, every week-long hunt, every wall we build is for the village. Who lives there? Mostly Unutak, like me. People here call us boreal dwarves. Migratory class of the Glamfallen from the White that Wens sometimes spend the colder seasons on Nastic, but we don't see too many other foreigners who can tolerate the elements. She pats a weather-bronzed arm. Those of us born in Nastic like to say we have hardly a layer of sealskin just beneath our flesh. We have a hardly layer of sealskin just beneath our flesh. Okay, tell me about Masuk. We're a tundra village. To an outsider's eyes, we're probably not much different from the others around us. But our elders have stories that go back hundreds of years. Epic hunts, battles with neighbouring villages, Sigorans out across the sea. We share stories too. Okay, that's all. What do you do back in Nastic? I'm a long hunter. I stalk game across the tundra with some of the other wives. We usually hunt caribou and oxen, but we find hares and birds too. It is a good and respected position to see much of Nastic in the company of friends and sisters. This is one of the pleasures of life in Mastuk. Tell me about Imutak. She scratches behind his ear. A good hunter, but not much of a talker, and that's fine by me. When we hunt in Nastic, we almost always bring our foxes with us. They help us track and flush game. They've been fearless defenders against bears and snow leopards. Clever Imutak has always been my favourite. He wags his brushy tail. You have family back in your village? Of course, we'd never send a woman who hasn't had the chance to find a mate and have a couple of children of her own. Aren't you worried about your husband? Are you kidding? I'm the best shot in Mastuk. Oh, okay then. Tell me about your children. I've had 5. Yakona, Esuta, Najio, Anak, and Malak. Estu and Anak died young in long, lean winters. Malak was barely talking when I left. She scrapes a thumbnail against the handle of her hunting knife. You probably won't know me when I get home. She frowns, her hand falling from the knife. Even in Nastic I spend most of my time on the hunt, but then it's easier to relish the hunt when I know I'll be seeing my family enjoying our kill. What's your husband like? Kalu is a good man. He raised our children well and built us a strong home while I've been away on hunts. Our parents chose us for one another when we were still young. Not the way things are usually done here, but ours chose well. She smiles. We came to appreciate each other as helpmates first, then friends, and then, well, you know how it goes. There's a hint of blush beneath the stripe of face paint. Okay. I'm curious about your search for Persok. I'll tell you what I can, but Tarn Islak pilgrimages like mine are rare. Why do you people have this tradition? She pulls the bear figurine out of her satchel, running a finger along its smooth back. It's something we've always done. The elders say it was first begun to forge ties with other villages. It's hard to fight over caribou herbs when you see someone you respect on the other side. We also believe that passing our history on this way keeps us stronger, and it helps them, the elders I mean, return to us after they've been away for a generation or more. They can use the experiences they've accumulated over lifetimes to lead the village again. Are elders usually reborn so far from the village? Most often, they return somewhere in Nastique, a member of another village, or they're reborn among the Lanfelin of the White that wins. Even so, it's hard to say what's usual. A mischievous grin crackles in her eyes. When my grandfather was a boy, the elder came back as a polar bear. The huntress chosen for the task had to recite half of our village's deeds whilst running from the beast. Her expression sombers. Even so, there have been journeys longer than mine. Some last decades, and the huntresses don't always return. What happens when the elder is found? That depends on the man or woman he's become. It's easiest when the rebirth happens in the village of Nastique, where the tradition is understood. Even in the White that Wends and the southern islands of the Dreadfire Archipelago, people understand this custom and will welcome you politely enough, even if their souls do not remember. She shrugs. But sometimes you find someone who has no memory of the village, and you have to tell him of people who remember him still. As disheartening as this is, I hope that the reminder will aid his soul in a future life. How come you got picked to search for Persok? She grins. Another village tradition. The elders watch the caribou migrations and cast seal bones to determine the right time for this journey. When the omens were determined, all the village wives drew shark teeth. We're the ones that go away to hunt and fish, so they're best suited for a task like this. Anyway, I grabbed a little tooth. She frowns. Travelling so far is a rare privilege for us, but as you can see, the journey can be unpredictable. So what are your thoughts on my search? She frowns. Helps to know that you're hunting. You've got a lot of tracks to follow. Where they'll lead is anyone's guess. Well, we'll move on. Okay, interesting to know a little bit more about her. Let's have a look at our quest, because it's been a while since we've last been here. So, of course, our main quest is to find the leaden key in the City of Defiance, never far from the Queen. It is there I must go if I'm to track down the man who triggered my awakening. So we have to go to the Temple of Wodika. Other quest is Old Self. We have to give Karna's ring to Persinik. Yes, so that was the abusive husband or fiance or something. This one is Sagini's quest. This one is the Endless Paths, which we're not going to yet. This one is Kanarua's quest in the Endless Path. This one is the Trial of Durance, where we just have to travel with him. And this one is speaking to Edier. We have to take him to the Records Archive. Maybe we should speak to Durance. Have we finished all of our talking with him?
What?
I had questions.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
I think we asked about Magrin. Yeah, we've asked all about Magrin.
What?
We asked about
If doubts
him
and
yet.
Curiosity plague you.
I want to know more about you. Oh, there we go. Where are you from?
Where I hail from? From one of Magrin's fires. A cathedral. Ashfall. Made of blackened trees. I studied the scriptures there. The fires carved into the land. The trunks of the burnt trees. And in the factories where the rifles and cartridges were shaped. All are chapels in other devotions.
Other devotions? Durance nods. For Magrum, any fire is enough for worship, physical or not. A blacksmith's anvil, a craftsman's bench, all arenas where fire is waiting to be born. Durance snaps his fingers. It just needs a spark, like an alchemical fire, or a spark to cartridges to speed them to their purpose. Their purpose? Durance tilts his head, thinking. Well, their purpose then. It was many thens ago. Durance scratches his beard. Beard was a little brighter than now. But yes, cartridges, guns all had a purpose, and that purpose was punching holes in mages and letting their pompous air hiss out. Durance gives a half smile, then a nod. Woke their kind right up and kept them staring at the ceiling in the dark instead of sleeping, that's for certain. Aloft rolls his eyes. Pompous air indeed. A little violence as an accounting and answer for unchecked power well, Magrum gave an answer for that. Magrum put soldiers and mages on equal footing? Durance nods again. Mages were troublesome in that time. Firearms made every man a mage, and a caster's pretty arcane shield was little match for them. It turned each commoner into a beast that could spit fire. It leveled the field of battle, that's for certain. made many a mage a grave. Tell me more about Ashfall. You're more curious about it than most of Magram's faithful. What can you tell me about Ashfall? What more to tell? Durance frowns, his hand tightening on the staff again, his fingers seeming to shrink into the wood. It's one of the greatest fires of Magram, the high seat, he shrugs. Some say the blackest, not of evil, but of ash, and the remainder after fire has fed. He pauses. I called it a cathedral before, but that's not the full truth of it. It's more a battlefield. It lies in the heart of the War of the Black Trees. Its timber built from the burnt forest there, each timber blessed by fire, and one of Magram's greatest battles. Many of us helped shape the war effort there, with flames and firearms. What's the cathedral like? Massive, beautiful, blessed by the goddess, flame cannot strike twice. Durance's eyes travel to his ashen staff, studying the etchings. Beneath, tunnels and chambers, bellows and fire pits, many of the faithful looking for a means to bring fire to the world. He turns his gaze from the staff to you. Guns, explosives, alchemy, all of these are our holy symbols and we're eager to share. That staff of yours seems like a holy symbol.
This? In a way. This is more of what's left behind when flame strikes. If Ashfall is a cathedral propped up and fenced with such sticks, then this stick, well, this is what props me up as I walk the cathedral of my road, to other Ashfalls waiting to be made, perhaps. The wood is taken from the War of Black Trees. Sturdy. It served me well on my travels. Been a boon companion.
Can you tell me about the War of Black Trees? It's as if you swallowed a gadfly net. Gadfly nest. Keep silent and keep them to yourself, lest you tire yourself before the next campfire. Okay, cool.
Hey.
We finished talking, which is good because that voice is not very easy on the throat. Right, so I think what we want to do is we want to go just around to every place that's kind of around here, and then maybe slowly make our way to Wodika's place, which it doesn't appear to be actually in this district, so there's a whole bunch of places to go. Marketplace first, probably? Yeah, let's head up that way. I forget how to move I've been playing games and they all have different camera movements. It's very difficult to switch between them. Okay, this is fine. Anybody here? We got some people here.
I'll take a look.
That's not what I meant to do. It's tab on this one. Okay, so there's not a lot we could pick up in terms of stuff to steal. Paragund? Do we not know? Oh, Paragund's the one who we, the ferry, where we got all the stuff back for. Hello, Paragund. The Orlane woman bounces up and down at your approach. Remember me? We met by Madmere Bridge. She slaps you playfully on the shoulder. Thanks for helping me out back there. As promised, I'll give you the best prices in town. If it weren't for you, I'd still be broke. Okay, what do you sell? Oh, you sell traps of all kind. And then you sell, like, grappling hooks and camping supplies. Well, we'll take 2 of your supplies. And I guess we'll take your grappling hook. Cool. Interesting. You also retrain characters with her. Alright, good. How about Laura?
Hello.
The young woman stands by cart, watching the crowd with large bright eyes that focus on you as you approach. Take your time, traveller. If you're looking for enchanted scrolls of Garb, you've come to the right place. Interesting. Ooh, she sells things that are very good. This one gives 2 extra 2nd level spells and 1 4th level spell use. That is fantastic. How much money we don't have enough money to pay her. Seal of Faith. That gives extra spell uses for priests. Wow, she sells some good stuff. Ashwood cameo figurine. This one allows you to summon Demoligan. What is Demoligan? An intricate piece has been carved from one small piece of Ashwood. A raised relief has been carved into the front, depicting an eerie, beautiful figure standing beneath a large and twisting tree. Her face is turned slightly to regard the viewer as if just noticed their presence. Interesting. This is someone we're going to have to come back to later when we get more money. Definitely. We do have a lot of traps we could sell as well. We should probably sell some of those traps that we picked up, because we don't tend to use traps. We'll just sell them all to her, I think. Although there was the trap person at the other side we could have sold them to. It doesn't get us that much money. You know, we'll keep them. We'll keep them. Can't cancel the trade. Yeah. Cool. What else have we got? Narmer. Hello.
Good day to you.
Well met, traveler. You interested in purchasing any rations for your journey? Okay, so he sells food. I'm still not entirely sure what to do with food. I mean, I know it gives you buffs, but, I'm not entirely sure. Igram?
Greetings.
Igram stands beneath a stall, polishing a broadsword. The patterned flesh around his eyes crackled with age, and the muscles in his arms are knotty and lean, but he holds the weapon with ease. He nods to you. Come to take a look. You won't find a finer collection of armor and weaponry in Defiance Bay. Outside of Sonald's, of course. He flashes a crooked grin. What's so special about Sonald? She operates in the expedition hall. He jerks a thumb over his shoulder. Sells the best equipment in the city, but Wendon keeps her on a short leash. Keeps her fine inventory reserved for chartered expeditionists, members of the dozens, and anyone else he takes a liking to. Well, let's see what you have. Oh, so you sell some pretty nice stuff. Ooh. Can stun on crit. That is fantastic. Lady's hand. So that's kind of a two-handed scepter. Okay, cool. This one, just a very long reach pike. Could be good. And a one-handed warhammer. Ooh. +1 enemies engaged is very nice on that. Okay. Cool, and the rest he just kind of sells general stuff. He also sells some armor. Pike's Pride. Reduces stun duration and knockdown duration. That could be useful. That might even be better than Second Wind for Edier, because this one means that he would die less. Cool. Durand Demon, a helmet that gives 2 intellect. Ooh, nice. You can afford that. I don't think it's worth buying. I think we'll buy the pry bar, because that'll be useful. Might be useful, and we already have enough lockpicks. Cool. Let's head along. A couple more Kickstarter characters. Ooh, barrels. We have some sugar. We'll grab that. Grab what's in this barrel. Okay, so do we know what this building is? No, it's just a building. Let's go in it. Okay, we have Langdon and Dirty Riggert. Right, everyone know the plan. Up the wall and in the window. Grab the jewel from the pretty little lord. We got it. Listen, dwarf, if I have to. Langdon, we have company. Hello. The dwarf eyes you suspiciously and hides the pistol behind his back. You, looking for someone, because this ain't the best. Langdon rounds on the dwarf. Idiot, they're probably with the Crucible Knights. You made a grave mistake coming here. He raises his blade. Hey guys, Okay, let's think about this. So, what have we got here? We got Archer, probably a rogue, probably a fighter, probably a... Were there barbarians? There might be barbarians. So probably something like that. So we kind of want you, Edier, to run straight at Langdon, I think, and knock him down. We want you to... Can we maybe buff everyone? We're not that far from an inn. So maybe just buff like this. Want you to shoot the priest along with you and you and you. I say you should shoot the rogue because you're not going to get in range of the priest. Wolf. We kind of want it to attack the priest, but I think we might use it to get rid of the rogue for just now. And then... Yeah, that works. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we got... Definitely a lightning bolt just hit us. Oh my! That does so much damage. It then shocks back through them, though, which is interesting. Knock them down. Good. All of us have been buffed. We now need Holy Radiance to heal us all. I think we need to start using spells. So maybe we'll use... Not Ghost Blades. Do we have a single target? Maybe Necrotic Lance would be the best here.
What?
It means moving forward a little bit, but it's alright. Right, we got rid of their priest. Not the priest, their, whatever it's called. Wizard thing. Okay, Dirty Rigbert's is fairly low. You've really not got a lot left to do, so that's fine. Do you want to buff everyone by healing them? we can only heal a very small number of them. I think we might want a direct heal on ourselves, though. Actually, do we have a ring that restores our... I think we have something that restores our endurance. Second wind. There we go. That'll work. I want you to start shooting dirty Rigbit.
Dead on!
Okay, cool. So you're on Silic. You're on this one. I think what we might want to do is we want to switch you to using the sword. And then we'll get him to hit. Right. Daisy is casting some roguelike things, I think. Unless that is a... I should switch to melee versus melee. But I think that this is... Maybe she's a chanter? Possibly. Okay, now... all of you attack this one. You attack this one. I want you to switch back to your gun. Attack. Okay. Now everybody can attack the last one. I get the feeling this is another quest we could have got at some point, but we appear to have completely lost it. Okay. Cool. We have killed them all. We okay?
Yes.
Switch cannon back to ranged. Then we'll pick up all the stuff. So we got a fine rapier. A thieves letter. Our contact inside Redmont Manor will leave a second-story window ajar. He's confirmed the location of the Heart of the White March in a hidden chamber. Get your crew together and head to Brackenbury before Lord Raymond moves the jewel AD. We could possibly do that. I think we'll just pick up all of that there. Okay, so we've got a quest. Okay. So we could either do it or we could... I assume we can either do it or we can hand it in. Either way, that's fine. Grab some more of this loot. Cool. There's oh, there we go. There. I was wondering how we were going to get that when she was behind the table. Grab that. And then a wizard. Okay, so it's got a grimoire. We should definitely grab that grimoire. Yeah. Give that to a Loth. I don't think there's any spells he necessarily needs to learn very quickly, but we'll check. A Loth. Check out Suraka's grimoire. So we don't know this one. Conholt's Draining Touch. That could be useful. Infused with Vital Essence. This one buffs the caster. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of this stuff which we don't necessarily need, but it's going to be nice to have the option later if we want to have a look around. Right. Okay. Let's continue exploring the place, because, I mean, we might as well loot it now
Let's
that
see
we're here.
what's in here. That'll do it.
Okay. Not really a lot. Not a lot in there. A few bedrolls and spare tunics are bundled in the corner. Long jagged tears slice across the garden scene in this painting. What's out here? It's a larger room. Okay. Some more money. This definitely seems like somewhere we could have come later. House Dominel. What can be said about House Dominel that isn't whispered fearfully in a back room over the dim light of a dying fire in fear of the wrong set of ears will hear it? Wait. What can be said about House Dominel that isn't whispered fearfully in the back room over a dim light of a dying fire in fear that the wrong set of ears can hear it? The Dominel history is colourful and violent, exciting and more than a little bloody. The Dominels were a small Ederian family that dealt almost exclusively in textiles. They made a modest living, slowly gaining a reputation for having high-quality product. This reputation earned them connections, business, social, and sometimes marital, that solidified their position as the premier family of the region. If you wanted access to anyone, the Dominels were the way to do it. Soon, I don't know why it's zooming in the outside while I'm zooming on this one. Weird. Soon, every city had a business that was owned, at least in part by the Dominels. Their power and influence grew until many said the family had more power than even the Fernicoin of Adir. But with the power came corruption. One cannot have the level of control and expect to keep it through strictly legal means. Soon, rumours were spreading of threats, extortion, and it cannot be proven. The official reports that the Dominels were responsible for the death of Trinic Brynwigger and his entire shipping empire in the hands of his wife. Let me try that again. I must be misreading this. One cannot have the level of control and expect to keep it through strictly legal means. Soon, rumours were spreading of threats and extortion. Though it cannot be proven, the unofficial report is that the Dumanels were responsible for the death of Tringan Bringwig, which left his entire shipping empire in the hands of his wife, Undel Dominel Bringweir. Yeah, I missed just one word, and that threw it all off for me there. With their hold on the land practically secured, the Dominels no longer stuck to the shadows, brazenly eliminating opponents, manipulating deals, and threatening anyone who might cause them a problem. Because they now dominated the trade route, no one dared oppose them for fear their business would be strangled. Like most empires, though, not even theirs could last forever. The end came during the War of Defiance. Unlike most of the land, the Dominels threw in with the Edir instead of with Admeth Hadret. After the defeat of the Empire and destruction wrought on the lands during the war, not even the Dominels could rebuild what they had, and having history to show them on the wrong side of the war, no one would touch the name. The domain that took years to build crumbled in mere months. Today, the Dominels have once again built a name for themselves, proving they are capable, savvy businessmen. Rumours about the family still circulate, though. Word is members of the family are striving to lift the family from its current obscurity and elevate it to the level of power it once held. So this is a heavy hint that the people here were working for the Dominels, right? Cool. Muddy footprints and splotches of ale stale.
Yeah, I've got something over here.
Bed sheets. Ooh, trap. Trap disarmed, and we got Bloodstone and Copper Pond. Cool. And in here we have another book. On Dunred Row. The origins and practices of Dunred Row are difficult to nail down. When asked, everyone seems to know how Dunred Row started and how long it's been in operation, yet every person asked gives a different account of its creation and a different date. The only thing everyone can agree on is that it seems to be around as long as anyone can remember. Without fail, everyone recalls hearing about the exploits of Dunred Row when they were children. Aside from the organisation being comprised of special investigators, most of whom seem to be ciphers, and the fact they seem to have their hands in everything, yet never admit to it, anything reported about Dunred Row walks the line between truth and outright heresy. Information abounds. No one can say which fragments are truth and which are fiction. I will provide all I have uncovered and leave it to the readers to decide for themselves, as all of it feels both plausible and unbelievable at turns. The group is supposedly named after the street where the headquarters are located, in a building named Hadret House. It is said that in some circles this is just a name they want people to think they're known by. The real headquarters, people whisper, is elsewhere. Why would they do this? It's simple. It's far easier for them to infiltrate, to hide, to carry on behind the scenes, as everyone is concentrated on Dunred Row. Divert attention where you want people to look, and you can act behind their backs with impunity. People who have had interactions with agents from Dunred Row invariably describe them as unmemorable. No detail to their appearance, behaviour, or anything, beyond the fact that they were there. Seems to stick with anyone. Are they truly nondescript, or do their ciphers use powers to remain anonymous? With so many questions regarding Dunred Row, no one seems to know. While no specific details about the agents are ever reported, one fact that people agree with is that they seem primarily to be Orlanes and Glenfathan elves, though theories as to why this may be are many and conflicting. Their presumed headquarters, this doesn't appear to be scrolling anymore. Let's see if we can get it to work. There we go. The presumed headquarters is supposedly run by Lady Edlis Webb, though no one seems to be able to pinpoint the time of her arrival. The author was unable to locate a single person familiar with Dunred Row who can remember a time when she wasn't around. Many things are hinted at behind closed doors about Lady Webb, but few are willing to elaborate, for it is rumoured that although she has not left Hadret House since anyone can remember, she is a cipher of tremendous power, and she can read the thoughts of the entire city at will. Theories abound regarding her age, the reasons for what would seem to be a lifetime of seclusion, and even her secret control over all of Defiance Bay, if not the Dyrwood itself. But as with all other matters regarding the organisation, no one seems to be able to say anything for sure. Interesting. Are we not looking for... Never Far From the Queen. Never Far From the Queen. That could be it. So, we might find the Lend Key in the City of Defiance, Never Far From the Queen. Queen of the City knows everything that's going... Could be the person who knows everything that's going on in the city. That's definitely a possibility, right? Okay, let's keep looking around.
Does your fox bite?
Yes.
Can I pet him anyway?
It's your hand.
I'm gonna pet him.
Okay. So what have we got up here? We've got the Den Expedition Hall. Let's have a look at this. Well, let's go around clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Anyway. Admess Den. Great sign. Cool. In we go. Mercenary, 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 mercenary. Cool. Stealing. Wenan. Oh. Oh, it's a cutscene. Who are those? Hey, there's 6 of them. Oh, and we also complete the Western Barbicane, apparently. Brandon Lear, a well-groomed man, steps through the hall with a confident swagger. A smug grin etched on his face, he is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. Brian Nimble. One of his companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup comes wandering in, I see. Just know that buying giant slayers run things around here and you'll be fine. Can I join? He laughs. Around here we get our pick of the best adventurers, and we don't take charity cases. Well, and a voice bellows across the hall. Enough jabbering. You gonna do the job or talk about it? His jaw tightens. Wennan's right. That coin ain't going to collect itself. He looks at his compadres and jerks his chin towards the door. See you around, pup. Comrades. Why does it say compadres? That's just weird. I can mix several words. Anyway, keep going. Oh, okay. So I guess we'll fight them later. What's here? Daggers mark locations of various Engwethan ruins. Notes posted around the map list bets on current expeditions. Okay. Let's talk to Wenan.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
Tell me about the dozens. Wenan's expression becomes serious, the timbre of his voice deepening. Good man and woman trying to walk the footsteps of great men and women who come before us. We're a loose association of warriors, expeditionaries in the Dyrwood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least remember our roots. At least they remember someone's roots and pretend to be like them, he means. Your roots? The Crucible Knights take a pride in having won the Dyrwood's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who protected it. Everyone knows the Saints' War ended when the Godhammer destroyed Waidwin at Evandware Bridge. A lot of folk don't know how Waidwin wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Hagrid Citadel and faced down a god, held him there until the bomb went off. He thumps his table. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky cloaks to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people, the first line of defense, whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. It's not Waidwin, it's his damn legacy. It's the damn soul butchers in Brackenbury making things worse than all of us. Probably causing the whole thing one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere. There's a whole lot more than 12 of us now. We defend Dyrwood once. We'll do it again. What else do you need? Do you have any work?
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Osric. Okay. We got back here. We got some of these things. Arrows of practice in the Expedition Hall. Only purchase weapons for personal use from Sunil. No exceptions. Osric. The edge of these swords have been blunted for practice. That's stealing over there. Okay. Outer bands of this target are porked with countless holes. Someone scrawled Commander Cleaver across this dummy in chalk. Okay, Osric, hello.
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up! If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off!
Yeah. Tell me about the Expedition Hall. It's treasure hunting, plain and simple. Sponsors put the money, hire adventurers to explore the wilds looking for ruins mostly. If they come back alive, they split the spoils. If not, it's because they can handle their weapons like this lot in front of me who might as well be digging their own graves right now. Got business with me. I'm looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wenan. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Although, I do have something that needs done. Something that requires competence. What do you need done?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Why don't you just ask for it?
No. They'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
Doesn't sound like leaving was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
None more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea. What's this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I'll see what I can do.
Then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind a fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger in Ondrin's Gift right after having his soul lineage read by a cipher in Dunred Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks on me. Having a soul lineage read?
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
So we want to go to Crucible Keep, get his affidavit, and then we can go to Dunred Row to see a cipher who would then be able to tell if it's real or not. Okay. Sigani scratches the back of her neck. If generations of Masuk's traditions are any indication, the Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Farewell. Okay, so we need to find his breastplate. That's cool. Still a little bit more of this building left to explore. Mercenary. So this must be Sulnit. Yeah, hello.
How do you do?
The woman looks up from polishing a dagger. Haven't seen you before. You headed out with an expedition company? She raises an eyebrow. Or are you betting on one? How long have you worked at Admisten? Oh, a few years. I got in the moment the last merchant cleared out. They've got new expedition adventuring out each week, so this is a great place to do business. And the dozens make loyal friends and loyal customers as long as you stick by them. She taps the counter. The vendor who was there before me, they ran him out when he sold the best helms to a pair of Crucible Knights. I've been careful not to make the same mistake. Tell me about the expeditions. They're groups of adventurers that venture into the wilderness. More than a few of them try their luck at scouring the ruins. Most of them come back empty-handed if they come back at all. Betting on them is almost as risky as actually going, but that's how the expeditions get funded, and each once in a while one of the adventuring companies will strike it big and make a fortune for the backers. Can I buy something? I'm afraid not. See, the dozens only do business with me as long as I only do business with them. They're the good customers. She jerks her thumb at the door. But if you get on Osric's good side, he could make an exception for you. He's probably training some of the new recruits right now. Okay, so that's how we get access to the good vendor. Got it. We got that, which we don't want to open. So can we can sneak. I'm going to save, and we're going to open it. You ready?
I'll have this open in no time.
I'm too curious. It's just a gun. We don't even want it. Okay, we'll get the XP for opening the locks, if nothing else.
That'll do it.
I want books. Ooh, what we got here? A geological map. This map marks areas of geological activity in the Dyrwood and Glen Fath. Of note is a description of a cavern where molten rock flows within a deep chasm. We'll take that. Okay. It's a quest item, unsurprisingly. Let's head out. I think this is going to be a good point to end the episode. I'm aiming for around 40 minutes as the kind of length of episodes from now on. Before I was aiming like 20 to 30, now I'm aiming like 40 to 50. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and tell me what you think about the new schedule. We're going to try it out at least a couple of weeks to see how it works out in terms of viewership, but hopefully it'll work out better for recording for me and viewership for you. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.